there's the bear. They call him Daddy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, E. I unmuted the wrong one. There we go. Now there's sound. So, hi. How's everybody doing? Yeah, thank you everybody for letting me not mute it. I was so prepared and I messed it up. So, hey, that's how that goes. That's how that works. How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully you can. All right. So, yeah, there it is. I am so glad I saw your comments going over here. I actually have you guys on this screen now. It makes it easier to look at the camera and read comments while I'm at it. I'll look this way instead of fully looking this way. All right, so how you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing well. As I was saying in my muted little intro there, it's been a good day. Hopefully everybody else is having a good day. It's raining like crazy over here. Um, like it stopped for the time being, but when I woke up, there was a monsoon going on outside because we sit directly under a drainage system here. Our drainage system is like right under our building, so everything just pools outside, and it's just ridiculous. But other than that, I'm having a good day. I don't know. I like rainy, gloomy weather. Just I embody everything that is like hardcore goth death metal and all that shit. Alrighty. So yeah, all right. I guess we're gonna just jump into it, as Mr. Philip DeFranco says. I've been on a Stevie T kick. If you guys don't know who he is, seriously go check out his channel. If you're into like metal and just a weird Canadian dude that makes awkward faces the whole time, go check him out. Trust me. All right, so let's just jump into some what I've been vaping. Yeah. Alrighty, so what I've been vaping. There's like really nothing new. I've been just kind of stuck on the same stuff because I'm trying to review some things, and there's just some things where I just like them so much I can't put them down. You know, it's that kind of situation. But yeah, we're gonna start off with that guy, the Pontus Skyfall combo right there, and I had to rewrap one of my batteries, and I went with that. Oh, what is it? What is it? DBS or whatever those? It's on there. ODB battery wrap. So it has M-Turk's logo on the side, which I like that. It's pretty cool. Canada, yeah, Canada. I like Canadians. They're a lot. They're very entertaining, and they have all sorts of crazy stuff going on. All right, and then that's it up. I have what is this? Nectosphere from Transistor. Giving that a try. Really digging it. I'm liking it. It's really good juice. If you guys haven't tried any Transistor juices, for sure I will recommend Karango. That is like my favorite. It's actually in this lineup. You'll get to see that next. But I'm giving a shot to everything else. I always heard how sweet they are, but in these like little flavor banger setups, since you're not running really low in builds or high wattage or high voltage, they do amazing in these kind of things. Seriously, they do really good. Seriously, that's a point 0.3 coil, and it's still like amazing. All right, next we have the Legacy on top of the plug with special Juma doors. Still love those doors how they came out, and the camera's kind of actually showing off a little bit of that pattern on there. That was from Chris from CS Woods made those out for me. So yeah, Aloha 808 Reckon Ghosts. Uh, just giving my what I've been vaping. In that guy, I have the Karango from Transistor. I've been kind of babying this bottle a little bit, but it'll be gone soon, and I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. AKA PoonSauce. If you guys don't know, he does have a show for Advocacy Talk later today. I think it's at 7:30 my time. So head on over to his channel and go give him a look and all that kind of situation. The dude's he's been doing a lot of footwork. Like, he took the whole "What's in the News" PoonSauce segment and made it his own, and he's actually doing a lot more with it. And I think it's amazing. And he's even been doing the whole "Get to Know a Vapor" series, the My Story series or something like that. Overdrip was on it last week. I know they had some issues, and but either way, he's actually doing stuff that puts positive on the forefront of vaping. And that's kind of something we need a lot more of. Like, reviews and all that kind of stuff is fine and dandy, but we do need to push more into, like, making sure we let people know that we're not just a bunch of cloud blowing douchebags. We're actual humans, and there's a reason why we vape. It's not just because we're looking for, like, bigger clouds or flavor, even though that kind of entails a little bit of it, but at the same time, it's not all that we are. At least just my personal thoughts on that. Let me see. The user abuser says, "Throwback day in vaping, Fishbone RDA on an old Penny Mech mod lulls, waiting on that sonic bath to finish the rest of the family." Oh, awesome, dude. I do not remember the Fishbone RDA, so I'm very sorry, and I don't know what a Penny Mech mod is, and I probably should look that up and see what that is, because honestly, that sounds pretty cool. When it comes to, like, retro vaping, I was stuck on ego pens for so long that I missed out on quite a lot. I didn't even know rebuildables were a thing yet. I didn't know that mechs were a thing yet. I was just using ego pen style stuff when it comes to, like, the retro stuff. And yeah. Wait, we're not all a bunch of cloud blowing douchebags. No, we're not. We're not. No, I know. I mean, that's the thing. The user abuser. I don't take offense in any means, but at the same time, it's more that idea of breaking that common just view of people. You know. Alrighty. So next, I have the double barrel V3, which I couldn't remember on the Ohmies what the hell this thing was called, and I felt like shit for it. But yeah, on top of that, I have the Project X RTA, and this thing is pretty nice, pretty cool. It's a nice concept. I'm really liking it. Hey, it's PoonSauce, Speak of the Devil. Seriously, brother, put a link to your channel. I think most everybody should be subscribed to you, but in either way, put a link to your channel, and we're gonna send some people your way later today. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like this tank, and it's mostly because of this. This is how the build deck works, and this isn't even the review part. Like, I'm still debating whether, but yeah, you take off the tank directly off, and there's your build deck, and the tank is still, like, right there intact. It's pretty cool. I'm really digging this little tank. It's got good flavor, does pretty good clouds, all that type of situation. So yeah. Let me see. Anybody else can help out Mr. PoonSauce with that link situation. If you can help me out, brother, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on, Mr. Sauce, because I know you're driving home and you're getting in your mind, you're getting prepped for the show, for your show. All right, and then lastly, I'm gonna go with this guy, and this is the Ocula RDA on my DripTech DS. Yeah, this is one of the original DripTech ones. I really want, like, one of the standard DS. The one that just says Defined Designs in DS, not the Goon version. I would like one, but whatever, it is what it is. I've been trying to sell this guy forever just to trade it, but whatever. Alrighty, so yeah, what else do we got going on? I think we're good. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Raven Shadow Vapes. You're amazing. Alrighty, cool. Let me see. So yeah, okay. We're gonna go into some beer. and we're gonna talk beer. I like beer, and I have one right in front of me, and I don't even know if I have setups meant for this, but I think at least two of the ones that I have in front of me will work. And if not, I might have to get up and go back to my bookshelf and grab something. Oh, you're still at work, man? That sucks. Okay. Fair enough. Oh yeah, E, you're gonna love this. In the drip tech, I have some grindhouse. The grindhouse. If you guys haven't tried out E's grindhouse yet, and you like coffee, seriously give it a try. You're not gonna be sorry. It's a pretty good coffee without all the floof. I don't care for the floof. I don't even go to Starbucks because I don't care for the floof. I like straight coffee. Okay, 5:30. Okay, I get you. Cool. Alrighty, so yeah, let's move into some beer. I completely almost forgot to mention the juice in that one, but it's a really good juice. Alright, so let's move into some beer. Yay, beer. Alright, so beer. This one for me is something new. I've never tried this style of beer, and we're gonna be looking at Boulevard Brewing Tank 7 American Saison. And we're going to see how this goes, because honestly, I've never really tried Saisons before. This is like a first. You guys get to experience this with me. It doesn't really have much of a description on here, so I'm going to look it up on Beer Advocate or something and just see if they have any type of description on this beer. So give me a second here. Boulevard. Any of you guys into beer of any type? Oh. Yeah, that did not pull up anything I needed. Gave me a farmhouse ale. So let's see if this works by its own. Okay, I guess it's just this one then. But whatever, okay, sure. 1989. Okay, yeah, that for some reason that says farmhouse ale. This one says American Saison. But either way, it's a Saison. It says most breweries have at least one piece of equipment that just is a bit persnickety. Here at Boulevard, we have fermenter number 7, the black sheep of the cellar family. Ironically, when our brewers were experimenting with variations on traditional Belgian-style farmhouse ales, the perfect combination of elements together in that very vessel, you could call it fate, but they called it Tank 7, and so it is. Beginning with a big surge of fruity aromatics and grapefruit hoppy notes, the flavor of this complex straw-colored ale tapers off with a peppery, dry finish. All right, so there it is. Beer, yeah, beer. Beer, Mr. Tenacious TX Vape. I love beer. You know that. Come on. We had a great time in San Antonio, and I'll be honest, dude, they already announced the next San Antonio show, and I'm probably gonna go to that one because I would want to go to ECC, and I just don't think I can make it happen. So we're gonna go to San Antonio instead, and hopefully we can hang out again and get all drunk and yell at waitresses again, because that was a blast. All right, so we're gonna pour this guy. As I said, it's a Boulevard Tank 7 American Saison. Let's give this a try. Trying to pour beer on camera is about the awkwardest thing you could do. Look at that. It's a nice little mellow color. I'm waiting to see how it looks once like all the poriness of it goes away. Yeah, that's a technical term. Oh yeah, we're drinking in Houston too. Dude, I've said it before. I'm looking forward to the Houston trip, not to go to a vape show, but to actually go hang out with you guys, because that's what I'm looking forward to. I the shows are good, they're fun, but it's going to hang out with my friends is what I look forward to. All right, so yeah, look at that. I thought it was gonna be a lot more clear, but yeah, that's got like a nice like orangey finish to it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that grapefruit hoppiness that is in the description. It's very. Mm, mm. Let me see. Where are we? See, I will drink Delirium Nocturmum. Sorry, I've said it before. I'm shit at reading, so I apologize if I fuck up pronunciations. Pricey but tasty. All right, cool. Let's see. We need to set up a brewery day. Oh, dude, that'd be dope. Especially here in Texas, we have so many good breweries. I mean, like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like, Revolver is like 15 minutes north from me. Martin House Brewing is 15 minutes west from me. What else? I know Deep Ellum is over in Dallas, on the other side of Dallas, or somewhere in Dallas. I've never actually been to that brewery, but I kind of know the general area where it's at. And I know down the street they're supposed to be building a new brewery here in the next like year or so. Like on the road that I take on my way to work. So yeah, I'm dude. Texas has a lot of great breweries. Seriously, like where I get my beer from, most of the beer they have there is Texas beer because we have so many breweries around here. So it kind of makes for like a really cool experience. And you know, we get out of like state stuff too because we get like Stone and things like within that range because I love Stone stouts. They're amazing. Like I still have some Chocoveza like left over in my fridge because I stocked the hell up around Christmas. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you. I'm trying to remember all the Houston and San Antonio and Austin stuff because, like I said, like there's a ton of crap everywhere in this state, and we could go just make like a whole trip about it. We'd all have to take like a week off work, but still, that'd be amazing. All right, let's see. Yeah, like the grapefruit's all I'm getting out of this. So, all right, let's give this a try. All right, it reminds me of like a fruit IPA, but not as pungent. Cause like me, that hoppiness is what gets to me when it comes to like IPAs, and this is kind of within that realm, but not really. It doesn't. It's not as like punch you in the face. Let's see. Drip vibe was Drip Vibe Vapor. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Seriously, we're trying out beer over here. If you're into beer, this is a place to be for at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see, Toril Holman, come to Norway. Oh, dude, I would love to come to Norway, dude. Like that whole area, you guys and metal and all that shit. You guys just know how to do it out there. I think half of the bands I listen to are like more from like Northern Europe and shit like that than anything else. Oh yeah, dude, Deep Ellum. Okay, here's the thing. Deep Ellum just started like on a downward spiral like back in like 2006, 2007. Back then like right out of high school, I was playing in like a couple of metal bands and my wife says nice hair. I have a hat on. Nobody can see it. Here, watch. I don't know if anybody knows what my hair usually looks like, but yeah, it's gone. I got tired of that shit. Um, Let me see. So, yeah, Deep Ellum back then uh used to be great. There were so many clubs I actually got to play that just don't exist anymore. They're all dead. Anything that survived is just, it's still kind of barely like lingering on and it sucks. And like at least when it comes to like live music, the metal scene isn't really what it used to be. It died. And like, don't get me wrong, I like metalcore music, but a lot of the like everybody went metalcore, and it just kind of did not stick. Texas doesn't really do metalcore very well. I don't know what it is, but I mean, because like Pantera is from this area. Like they're buried in Arlington. Both of them are currently buried in Arlington. So I could go to Dimebag and Vinnie Paul's grave if I felt like it at any time. My brother got to yell at Vinnie Paul's girlfriend at a club once. That was hilarious during a Double Driver show. So we have like some heavy metal, like some heavier bands that come out of here, but just like for some reason it just doesn't stick. And we do get some pretty good shows, but they tend to play more like what is that? I'm trying to remember what. Oh yeah, what the fuck is that club called now? Gas Monkeys. That's where most of everything happens. If there's any metal show going on, it's in Gas Monkey, and they're not even in Dallas. They're more like on the outskirts of Dallas. I think it's like Irving out there. So, that's kind of it for metal up here, at least. And it kind of sucks because there used to be a lot more clubs and a lot more places you could hang out and watch shows. There were like bigger clubs, smaller clubs, mid-range clubs, and all that kind of thing. And I mean, shit, I got to see Black Dahlia and Cannibal Corpse during what the Metal Blade Records tour. When they put a bunch of their bands together and they do one big ass thing. Dude, Trees is at least back. The Bomb Factory is good. The Bomb Factory's back. But yeah, they mostly play like they play really like off cuff, like alternative music. They play a lot of hip hop there. They've had some DJs go through the Bomb Factory. What else? Yeah, the Clubhouse. I don't even know if that's still around since like Vinnie Paul passed. But what is that? I actually got to see like I like some like Hispanic music bands and shit like that, and I got to see Café Tacuba at the Bomb Factory. That was like actually the first time I got to go to that club, and that was an enjoyable time up until they had to do like some like stage setup. And when you get that many Mexican people drunk in one big area like that, and you're not keeping them focused enough, it gets ridiculous. And me and my brother were like, dude, peace, we're out. This is not working out for us. Julio Rafael, how are you doing? All right. So yeah, back to beer. I keep like distracting myself over here. We're gonna pair it with the with this guy with the transistor nectosphere. I can never remember the damn name of it, but here, let's give this a try. That is the weirdest combination ever. It wasn't terrible. It gave the grapefruit a bit of a sweetness, like not overly sweetened, but still gave it a bit of sweetness. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. That was an awkward feeling. Hmm. It was good though. I mean, I'll be honest, that was a good pairing, but I don't know how to feel about it. Sorry, the burps have started. That is the first carbonated thing I've had all day. Yeah, still drinking water, or at least trying to. All right, next we're gonna go with the Rocket Blast from Ohm.My.Lanta and Grim Green, and I have that in this guy, the Rico Rebel, Mr. Just Right Unicorn. Still want to get a different button for that. I want a red button. That's more like a pink and purple button, but we'll see. All right, let's give this a try. All right, that just let the hops come out completely. It muted everything else, and it just left hops. That's all I could taste. Creamy. Well, okay, let's see. I got I got Johnny Copper. What is this? Vanilla bourbon barrel custard, whatever. And that's in this guy. I completely forgot to say that earlier in the what I've been vaping section. But yeah, let's give that a try. Let's see what Let's see if Raven's suggestion works. That's not bad. The hot in the last one. Uh, Here, let's try this. Let's do the Carango and see how that goes. The Carango is like a caramel mango kind of type of situation, and you think it wouldn't work, but it's fucking delicious. Yeah, it gives it that more. You know, when like you get grapefruit, you need to put sugar on it because it has like this really weird, like earwaxy kind of thing. Or I don't. It's like a weird description, but yeah, that just made it so much more like a natural grapefruit. That was not good. That did not pair up very well. Did not like that one bit. All right, we'll try the last setup I actually have in front of me because I put up most of my stuff at this point because I wanted my desk clear of everything. I had a giant mess of mods and things that I kept dropping constantly, and I just got tired of it. But we're gonna get into the Turkish maize. If you guys have tried that, you know what it is. It's like what is it, like a cornbread? Damn, I can't remember what the other part of the profile is, but it's a pretty good one. Yeah, that seemed to mellow it out a little bit. That grapefruit taste is just more in as the forefront taste. And it's just like, I don't know, like and I'm talking like not like a ruby red grapefruit. I'm talking about like a straight up grapefruit, just like a normal one. And yeah, no. It's not terrible, but it's not pleasant all at the same time, you know what I mean? Oh man, fuck. Sorry. Try not to burp so much. But yeah, all right. So let's see where we're at. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting like a bad connection lately. That kind of sucks. But all right. So that was beer. It's pretty good. Not a bad beer. I feel like pairing it with like a the transistor was pretty good. The Rocket Blast not so much. Then everything else, yeah, it was kind of It was a little bit, whatever. Yeah, pretty much. It's just really bitter grapefruit, just like Raven said. That's all it really turns into. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get this going here. We're gonna move this along, and we're gonna jump into some news and advocacy stuff next. So yeah, hang on. News and advocacy up next. Alrighty, so news and advocacy. As always, like I say always, and I'm gonna probably keep repeating myself on this point. Uh, CASA, Not Blowing Smoke, any of these organizations, they're great, they're amazing, but please don't wait around for them to tell you what to do. Stay vigilant, stay aware of your surroundings, know what's going on locally to you, yada yada yada. Like seriously, it's one of those things of like you need to be able to push for yourself. If you really care about vaping and you want this to stick around and be around a lot longer, you have to be your own advocate. You can't wait for a group to tell you what to do or a group to take care of it for you. Do something for yourself. Push, be the push. Don't try to wait for the push, Uh it's one of those weird things, why are you just gonna stand around being twiddling your thumbs waiting on something to happen instead of just actually being active and being out there and pushing towards that change you want, I feel like that's how things progress more. A couple weeks ago I seriously was talking to and yeah, this is like almost a month ago, but I was talking to Nick Garrity, and one of the things I was like really just astonished by is how we're so dormant and we let things happen and then we wonder why they happen. But, that's one of those weird things of, we started a revolution over a 2% tax raise. I know there was probably a lot more that went into that, but that pushed us over the edge, and we were like, fuck this shit, we're not doing it. We want away from that garbage. And currently I just feel like we're so like used to the status quo that we just don't really push as hard as we should. Let me see. As of we all don't know, but just to be the vaping police, guys, always check your batteries, your battery apps using max on or regulated. Be safe. It's burnt face that makes us look bad and hurts like hell. Yep, that's exactly true. When it comes to safety measures, know what you're getting into. If you're gonna like go into unregulated mods, I don't care if it's like series mods, parallel mods, or mech mods. Please be sure you know what you're doing. When it comes to the world of series, I know most people will tell you can probably build down to a 0.3, but honestly, if you're just starting out, start like at a 0.4, 0.5, and just start from there. And if you feel you need something a little hotter, work your way down, but don't go below 0.3. That is just a giant no-no. No matter what batteries you have, no matter what you have on your hands, what kind of mod, yada fucking ya, that is just a huge fucking no. That lesson has been learned by some people I know, and after being told several times, yeah, don't go that fucking low, and it's one of those weird things. Let me see. Like the latest from Stefan, third hand smokes more dangerous than second hand smoke. Shake my damn head. What are you talking about? Like, I saw that Stefan posted something earlier, but I didn't look at it. Can you elaborate a little bit more for me, please, Raven Shadow Vapes? But yeah, safety is always a very important measure when it comes to mechs, when it comes to even just regulated. The thing is, a lot of people have a common misconception on regulated mods that they think that just because it's because it has a chip and this and that it's always gonna be 100% safe, and it's not. Sometimes it might misfire. Sometimes it might do something that it's not expected, and it could start auto firing and things like that. It happens. What's it called? I actually have Lost Vape Paranormal, which that has a DNA 250C, which but there are certain atomizers when I start screwing them down. If I have the batteries in there, if that 510 pin is slightly too big, it starts auto firing, and that is a fucking DNA board in there, but it's still gonna auto fire. So that just tells you that even regulated isn't 100% safe. You are still the ultimate safety on your mods. You are the person that is allowed to that has to be fully aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it and all that type of situation. So be fully aware of everything you're doing. Yeah, follow Mooch. Seriously, he's an amazing guy. I love how he gets so excited about batteries and like what they do, what they can't do, and all that kind of thing. And I am grateful for him. I know last year at some point, I don't remember how long ago, and Stan, if you're still listening, maybe you can help me on this, but when you guys had him on the show, on the Vape Stew, if you guys haven't checked it out, Fridays on Tenacious TX Vapes channel, what is it, like at 9 o'clock CST? What's it called? He was talking about like when he first came on the scene, he was getting a lot of resistance from people, and people were telling him no, and they didn't really want to hear what he had to say. And I thought that was like really shitty, because there was a guy actually trying to like help us be more safe, and people were fighting with him on it. And it's just one of the most like ridiculous things, So yeah, it's one of those things. Like, there are so many things out there. There are a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of places where you could actually find real help, and you could try to reach out to certain people, and they will give you actual advice that will not hurt you, that will not create more of an issue for your life when it comes to vaping. And there are some people out there that really just don't care, or whatever. So it is what it is. Yeah, dude, I was hoping you would help me out with some links, bro. That's why you got a wrench, Mr. E, the Everyday Vapor. And then Raven Shadow Vapes has been dropping links left and right. I was like, I'm tired of trying to mod out this whole show by myself over here. So we're giving Raven a wrench. Welcome to the shit show. All right, so I got a couple of things here pulled up. that I wanted to read out loud and see what your guys' thoughts on it were, as I am checking my phone, because that's how I roll. I do more than one thing at once, and even then I probably can't perform properly. All right, so European officials oppose Juul over high nicotine level, and I've been talking about this for a while. I feel that like 50 milligram is probably way too much, and there should be more of a step down system when it comes to certain pod systems. The fact that you could only get one style of nicotine level, I feel is really irresponsible, and there should be more to it. Like, do your fucking 50. I think that's stupid, and don't really care for it. I think 50 is just overdone, and it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to exist. But you're good, dude. No worries. I know you're always hustling, bro. No worries. And I just feel like 50 milligram is way too much, and I get it. When it comes to trying to get smokers into vaping, and that kind of situation helps. Because don't get me wrong, I started at a 22, 24 milligram nicotine in like shitty ego pens, and that was kind of where I started at, and eventually I worked my way down. I'm currently at a 3, so that's what it falls into. But with like salt nicks, you can vape them like regular standard freebase nicotine. You could do a 3, you could do a 6. You don't really have to have this high milligram crap. You really don't. But I feel like in that sense, Juul really dropped the ball. So I wish they would have done a little bit more to help out and not make things as bad as they are. So yeah, let me see. Juul has been pushing for an increase in the limit of nicotine strength in European vapor products, but European officials are resisting the move, arguing that the current EU tobacco products directive 20 milligram per milliliter nicotine strength limits hampers vapors products effectiveness for helping smokers switch. Juul is seeking an increase further towards the U.S. limit of 59 milligrams per milliliter. Most Juul pods now come in 30 milligram or 50 milligram strength. Well, that's kind of nice. They actually come in 2 different ones, but I'm guessing that's just an EU thing, not an American thing, because here I still see them at 50, at least in like my local gas station and stuff like that. I haven't seen any 30 milligram ones. I know in the EU they do that, and that's just kind of one of those things. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. That statement is totally correct. Juul tailored the market to their own needs. That's why they don't look out for us. Yeah, and it's been one of those things of like, for a while there, they seem to be on board with us, but then they just completely fucked us over, and they completely, like, out of nowhere just kind of went, yeah, we're okay with this. Yeah, we're okay with that. And it's just like, we're like, whoa, wait. This is going to fuck over the whole vape industry. But again, they're not vape. They're not a vape company. I mean, shit. They actually make more money off of their alternative products than, vape products, because they only have one. They just made 30 like 2 months ago. Okay. Fair enough. I know in like the UK they were doing like the lower milligram version because of the restrictions that they have over there. According to Grant Winterton, Juul EMEA president, we will put forward our position that we think limit should be increased. At the moment, I should say there are quite a lot of resistance to that. Will medical institutions in the United Kingdom have largely embraced vaping as a less harmful alternative to traditional smoking? Other government bodies are not so warm to it as yet, with Witherton characterizing the reception of Juul receives as neutral to slightly positive. Oh yeah, they straight up threw us under the bus. And I mean, it's one of those things. I just feel like Juul kind of came off as they wanted to play ball. They wanted to be part of what vaping does, what the industry is. And then they kind of just went all, we don't fucking care. We just want our money. Let me see. Let's see. Money talks. That's why pharma is kicking our teeth out right now. Exactly. That's it. As Raven Shadow Vape said, big pharma. And that's another one. Like, a lot of people always want to just straight up blame big tobacco. And yeah, big tobacco, they're a pain in the ass. And there's something we still have to deal with. That is a true fact. And that's something I will not dispute. But within all that, at the same time, we still have big pharma to deal with, you know. Uh, and I keep repeating it, and I know at this point it's probably become like somewhat old, but recommending watching Grimm's 510 report from, like, I think it was like last November. He was talking about what big pharma does, how much money they put into pushing their products in the forefront, and making sure that that is where everybody is putting their concentration on when it comes to harm reduction and what it is. So within all that, you know, it's like, how the fuck can we not fucking expect this kind of shit, you know? Like, big pharma tends to be our biggest contender, and they have the money because they are a huge company. They have a lot of money backing them, and that's where we're kind of fucked, because as much as they want to say that vaping brings in so much throughout like a fiscal year or what have you, vaping is still a bunch of small groups of small mom and pop shops, small you know, sole owners. I mean, right now in my chat, I don't know if Stan's still listening, but I know Stan has his shop, but it's all him. There's E. He has his juice line, you know, Grindhouse. That's all him. There's me. I have Clown Vapes. There's Coils, there's Juice, but it's still me. It's me self-funded. It's me putting my heart and soul and my wallet into this. So, you know, unless we're able to actually pull in, we probably could get a little bit ahead, but even then we still have China to get on board with us. And I feel like China, kind of like at a point, they're dropping the ball on this fact, is that China, there's Vandy Vape, you know, Geek Vape, fucking Wismac. I don't even know. Are they still? I remember originally, no, Wismac, no, not Wismac. Wismac is Chinese. Kangertech. I remember Kangertech was like German at some point. I don't know if they're still owned by Germans or if they're fucking Chinese now. But, you know, there's like big name companies out there that put out shit constantly and rely on the market to keep going and buying their crap. You know, I'm not saying everything they put out is crap, but, you know, like especially recently with reviewers putting out more and more products. But even then, they're relying on us to buy their products. And here in the US, I really feel like the US is a major part of their market. And yet they aren't really pushing for American advocacy, at least, you know? I wish they would actually be a little bit more aware of what's going on over here and be aware of this is going to hurt their wallets and help us out with this fight. But, you know, they don't really show up at these things. They don't fucking send a representative. I don't care if they don't speak proper English or even English for that fact. Just send somebody to be like, hey, we are so and so and this is us and yada fucking yeah. You know? Let me see. Literally had to dilute down 45 to 25 milligram nicotine salts. They are just too damn much. Yep, pretty much. I've tried 50 milligram and that was horrible. Torlin Holman said, I used to smoke 2 packs a day. 24 milligram mouth to lung made me dizzy. 50 sounds more tailored to give high more than being made for vaping. Yes, I agree with that. I have the Orion pod system somewhere around here, and I had a 50 milligram in it. And one morning when I woke up, that was the first thing I reached for, and that just gave me a complete like nicotine head high, and it was very uncomfortable. Just didn't like it. I felt dizzy for a while, and I was like, why the fuck is 50 milligram a thing? Why is anybody coming out with that? Let me see, where are we? That's 50-50 question, though, especially when the FDA sides with you. You know they're still around long after we're gone. Yep, pretty much. Very true. And that's like one of those weird things, like, and here's the thing, okay, I don't want to really get into this argument, but the ICOS system, they might claim harm reduction. Talking to Paul, you know, Mr. Labworks himself on Monday after we did the show and all that, he actually showed me some studies that they have on the ICOS, and what they have found in that fucking thing is shocking and not surprising all at the same time. And I was like, well, okay. But my whole thing is, and this at this point I go full tinfoil hat with the ICOS. If they decide that that right there is their ultimate product for harm reduction, what is to say that they're going to be like, well, we already have our champion. Why the fuck do we need the rest of these vaping products? We have our champion. So that's kind of where my mindset goes. I am not a trusting person. It takes a lot for me to trust people. If I trust you, it's because you've done something that has shown me your character right away. Otherwise, I'm not really. I am a very harsh judge of character, honestly. It's just who I am. And when it comes to this garbage, I really feel like we're going to get royally fucked. Even though they finally approved something to the, what is it, the PMTA or whatever the fuck that thing's called. I just feel like we're going to get royally fucked in that whole situation. So let's see. I literally had to, okay, I already read that one. At the end of the day, in our efforts, the state looks at us as hobbyists and not real businesses. Well, yeah, for sure. And that is one of those weird things, because we don't make, like, as individual companies, we don't really make enough money to be considered real businesses. And that's where it goes. I mean, me and my wife, who apparently likes my butt, we had a financial planner, and we had told them how we have our own personal businesses. And, you know, it's one of those things. Sorry, I'm like skipping some of the comments here, but Mike, the vaping ape. Yes, we're friends because you've shown your character. You're not full of shit. That's why, bro. You can be an asshole all you want, but at the same time, you're a real person. You don't fucking lie to me. You don't fucking act like one person in front of me and a different person in front of the next guy. That's where that comes in. So, yeah. What's it called? So back to what I was saying, you know, me and my wife were talking to our financial planner, and we're like, okay, so we started businesses, and this was like right around like December, where the new year was coming up. We're like, we have our businesses. How do we have to claim them for tax purposes and things like that? And he's like, well, do you make this much? And we're like, probably not even close. And he's like, well, then it kind of doesn't count. You guys, you actually have to make a certain amount of money before you're actually taken seriously when it comes to the government, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to the IRS. And it's one of those weird things of like, you need to know these kind of things before you get into it and not just start drowning yourself in debt. And that's what it is, you know. Let me see. The state literally asked me, why do I stay a business if you constantly break even at the end of the year as a loss? Because I save lives, you cucks. Exactly, E. That's it right there. Because I save lives. That's why we stay as businesses. And here's the thing. And I said this to Mr. Johnny Clouds. I don't know if you guys know him, but he used to run Clouds of Mass Destruction. Awesome dude. But he, you know, we had talked about it. I was like, I wish I would have like come out with my company back in like 2013, but at that point I was dealing with ego pens. I was barely getting into, like, I think I had like maybe bought Ego Twist and like my first Nautilus Mini, and I think that was 2013, maybe 2014. And you know, it's one of those weird things of like, I've tried so hard to do a lot of work in the last couple of years, but I just don't. I know my company's not going to go anywhere. I need to go overseas. I need to go somewhere else to be able to actually make my company progress. And it's one of those weird things. So it's one of those weird things. Like, I wish I would have started a lot sooner, that I would have been established. And I know it was a lot easier years ago, but in that sense, at the same time, I'm still here, and I'm still going to keep fighting. I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing because I love what I do. I seriously, like, here, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but yeah, this right here is my M-Turk style coil jar. And if you guys watch my review videos, every build I've done on my videos, every last coil comes out of this jar. And even then, they're for sale. So if you guys want one, just hit me up, clownvapes.com, selfish promotion. And it's just one of the weirdest things. Let me see. Where were we? The user abuser says Shenzhen China has made a fortune off of us. Vapors, you'd figure you'd like to see the market continue. Exactly. That's the rant I went on a little bit ago. And yeah, China, you'd think they actually give a shit. But even then, like, that's like the awkward thing about China and their companies. Like, even companies that are vape companies, most of their employees don't even vape. They still smoke. If they are smokers, they still smoke. Because they just know they're selling it, but they don't give a fuck about otherwise. Let me see. And that's the other problem. Politics do not want to listen on a word said to them about benefits having choice to use flavors instead of tobacco or menthols. And yeah, that's another one. I mean, I've been vaping since 2012, and I didn't try my first tobacco juice until I want to say February of this year. If that gives you an idea of how little I could have cared for trying tobaccos. The only reason I even tried tobaccos was because there was a juice line company I was thinking of bringing on to my shop. They sent me some samples. One of them happened to be a tobacco. It was a good juice. I liked it, but I didn't care for that leftover tobacco taste. I didn't. That was just not my thing. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, I got that one. Yes, we're still friends. Mike, I already answered your question. Philip Morris got their last dollar from me a year ago. I'd rather pour straight VG on an open fire and freebase it before giving them another dollar. Exactly. User China is only interested in money they're making. Exactly. How's the shifter knob? It's amazing. I'm going to send you videos just for that, Mike. I know what you're saying right now. You're going, oh no. But yeah, I'm going to send you videos just because of that now. Well, China doesn't have to go through our standards. They literally bring anything they want over. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're I know, like, Armageddon, they had the whole controversy with their stuff. I'm not getting into that part. This is more, I kind of need to bring up this point. They started making an Apocalypse clone, and once that came out, they tried suing for it. And since Chinese laws work differently and copyright laws work differently, that meant that just because they have a copyright here in the US, it does not translate into China. So there's no such thing as international copyrights. Just because you came up with a product doesn't mean they can't just go ahead and clone it and do something with it. And and they were selling it as authentics. It'd be one thing if they just said it was a clone. I don't really have anything against cloning, but at the same time, don't charge authentic prices with clones and don't claim authentic with clones. It's just one of those weird things. Like, it's one of those weird things. Like, I'll be honest, I'm really weird about that. So, they could give a flying fuck about certain things and certain laws and how certain things work here in the US, but at the same time, they really need to wake up and put a little bit more effort into that, into what it's going to affect their company, how it's going to affect their wallets, how it's going to affect their employment overall. So, just saying. I had more articles I wanted to read, but apparently I ranted on long enough to where I ate up almost the entire hour. And like I said last week, I like my show staying at about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'm well over past that time. So I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm gonna call it here after one article. There was a couple other things I wanted to get into, but whatever. I believe whether the FDA likes it or not, there are going to be flavored e-liquids available even if there's a black market coming. See, and I'm with you on that, but I'm a little weary of black market because, as we saw with with drugs, once you go black market, there's no true regulation, and some of these companies might stay pretty true and clear, but that doesn't mean that there won't be other companies or other manufacturers, for lack of a better term, that will come along and put out very highly adulterated products, and that's when we will see the formaldehyde in e-liquids. That's when we will see the ammonia and e-liquids. And I just feel like creating a black market, I grew up in I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. Those were like my grade school years and stuff like that. And I feel that we were pushed with DARE and the war on drugs and all that shit, and it was more of a waste of money. The more we make these things illegal, the more people want to do it, and the more people are going to do very shady shit just to make money off of it. And that's kind of where my mindset goes. That's another tinfoil hat that I start up on. So I feel that black market, as bad as much as we probably will all go underground and we won't die until prohibition stops, it's gonna be a shit show. And I mean, 1920s prohibition showed us that it does not work. It just creates a criminal element, and it just makes things worse. Let me see. Funny thing about banning flavors: to make a menthol or tobacco, you have to use flavors. Exactly, pretty much. Trust me, because I've tried making a tobacco e-liquid, and yeah, that gets gross. You have to be really careful with that. DARE is a gateway. Yeah, dude. Yeah, seriously. DARE was the awkwardest thing, and they showed us some things that I feel a bunch of 5th graders should know. If anything, it just like pushed us towards it. And I know a couple of friends or a couple of kids that were in my 5th grade class that ended up joining gangs, ended up becoming drug dealers. So that says anything about the war on drugs and how bad it was. But yeah, as always, clownvapes.com. Go check out anything I got going on over there. I've got a lot of new hardware, some juices. I still have my stuff, Mr. J's Vapor and clown coils. If you guys want, if you guys join either my group, the Clown Crew, or the Vaping with the Ohmies group, there is a special discount code on there. And I hate doing this part, but yeah, I do have a Patreon, and I've been trying to figure out how to make that the best that I can, but it's one of those weird things. But if you guys want to help me grow the channel and still create things, I'd appreciate the help. I hate asking for money because honestly, it's one of those weird things. It goes against my code, but at the same time, this does get a little bit much after a while because resale is not as great as you think. What is it? What else? Vaping with the Ohmies on the Vaping with the Ohmies channel. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check it out. This past week we had Ryan Wagner from IVC, and that was a fun time. We got to talk about helping friendly products and things like that. If you guys are interested in that kind of situation, IVC is our current sponsor, and we are happy to have them. Seriously, they're amazing people. Love their juice. I have a bottle of Millionaire sitting back there that I've been steeping since NVE, and God knows how long it's been steeping before that. And Parade Maker. If you haven't tried it, seriously, go give it a try. It's a really good juice. I hate hazelnut, but I tore through that bottle. It did not last me one bit. What else? Wolf Bite radio show on Vape Radio. We're on at noon on Saturdays and 9 p.m. on Sundays, and replays on SoundCloud. And tomorrow around noon, I will have episode, I think I'm up to episode 24 of our recordings and stuff like that. So you guys can check out what goofy faces we make or whatever bloopers. Because you guys don't really get to, since it's radio, you guys don't get to, see what we're doing half of the time. So it makes it that much better. Alrighty, so yeah, thank you for joining me, Isa. Love you too, bro. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate everybody that stopped by, and I hope to catch you guys next week. And as always, mix on, vape on. Oh yeah, let's talk DIY Monday at 3, unless time slot changes due to guests. All right, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Catch you guys next week. Horrible.